Welcome, Masters. Welcome to Spiritual Tablets, Malaysia. Yeah, today our guest speaker is Mr. Chandra Modali, sir, from Hyderabad. Yeah, today's topic is on Chakras, Part 2. And today is the third session, I guess. Yeah. Over to you, Master Chandra Modali, sir. Welcome. Welcome to Spiritual Tablets.
Thank you, sir. So last week in the first session we spoke about, is my voice clear, Satish?
Yeah, it's clear, Master. Please go ahead.
Right, okay. So in the first week we spoke about how we manage to create diseases, and majority of the diseases are directly related to energy flow, and our thoughts, how our thoughts which are negative in nature, how they are circulated, because energy centers, the chakras, play a major role in the diseases going and setting in some part, and then periodically through breath and by means of our distribution of the blood circulation, etc. Those negative energies periodically get energized, in the sense those centers, those points, they get energized, and that over a period of time, it is more like a woodpecker keeping on banging on a piece of wood till a hole is created. The same way our immune system is that tree trunk, and our emotions coupled with our thoughts act as the woodpecker which is digging the hole. And once one area is damaged, then that keeps spreading, and that's how we manifest a disease. So how do we utilize the power of these energy centers to help us overcome the challenges that we are experiencing? Is what is the main purpose of understanding how the chakras grow, what are chakras, how do they grow, how do we individually try to bring about how do we manage these centers so that we are able to maintain a smooth health right through. Right? So we spoke about what are chakras. I hope everyone is clear on that particular parameter. If there are any questions before we go into the next level, we can resolve them. Otherwise, I proceed to the chakras in terms of how the chakras influence our growth. Any questions, or do I proceed? So since there are no questions, I think I'll proceed. Okay.
So can I ask a question here? Sandhya here.
Yeah, Nitin ma'am. Sandhya ma'am, ask.
No problem. Okay. So I was just wondering, the chakras, depending on where they are, decides which organs are going to be affected.
Correct.
Is that so? So basically, depending on that thoughts. So I was just trying to understand thoughts versus which chakra gets affected the most.
Okay.
That correlation.
It's like this. Let us start. It's a good question. So is your breathing a rhythmic pattern?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now when you are breathing, your breath, once it has gone into your body, what is happening? It is breaking down into 5 components. Correct?
Okay, the Panchavayu, yeah.
Yeah. So prana, apana, udana, samana, vyayana, each one is acting in one particular region of the body. When I say region of the body, right, your body is formed by means of 4 sections or 4 cavities, the way we read in Thinking and Destiny.
Thinking and Destiny, right.
Correct. So you have got your thorax, your cranial,
the head,
your thorax, your abdomen, and
abdominal,
your pelvic.
lower pelvic.
Right. And then there is the lower limbs and all that. So each portion of the breath acts in each area. Now, energy centers are not inside the body.
Right.
They are part of your astral body, which is the next layer of the body.
Right.
Okay. Now, how does the energy center work? So, if you really look at it from that perspective, this, where is this? Yeah. So, energy center is all around the body, and it is passing through individual sections, if you can see, right? You are able to see this diagram, right?
No, sir. No diagram is, you're not presenting anything.
One sec. I think I didn't share. My apologies. I thought I was sharing. My sincere apologies.
No worries, sir.
Okay. So you see this diagram. Okay. Are you able to see this diagram? Right?
Yes, sir.
All these are the energy vortexes at each of the point. And these energy centers, let us say that the thought is traveling from your
brain,
mental or the psychic portion of your body. Okay. From the psychic area, because each of these are vibrating energy components, they have their own influence on the surrounding environment that they are addressing.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, each of these has got the endocrine system, which is distributed across the body. All glands are there. The prana is taking that component of the thought process, which is entering the body through your breath, positive or negative, that energy is circulating. And as the energy is increasing, that particular portion of the body is going to get the distribution of the energy, correct? Because this energy is basically the body. If you really look at the body, right? From the energy perspective, the body is like this. Let us say a sitting body.
No, a sitting body, right. Then it makes sense, yeah.
Okay. So this body is circulating with all these being the matter that is going in and coming out along with your breath. The physical body is the denser component. It's like the photograph pixel.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Denser versus thorough. Yeah. Okay.
Correct. Now, this is influencing the pattern that is circulating us is influenced by the thought, because psychic is in the upper domain. As that energy is coming in, it is becoming denser with the negative component, let us say.
Okay. So it is precipitating because of the negative component.
And there is not enough energy to push it through. It is getting blocked there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right. So now that is what is creating the problem. Because every cycle of your breath is going to act as a hammer, right? Right. And that ends up creating a disease.
Yeah.
Okay. So your organ is influenced by the pattern of material that is surrounding that particular energy, and then that is what is getting sucked in.
Okay.
So one side is thought, the other side is, this is feeling, this is thought. The same energy on two sides of the body, that is how it will act.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes.
So, I suppose this explains the question that you had.
Yeah, no, this explains my question.
Right?
I got more.
Any other question? Now, even I don't mind extending the number of sessions, but this needs to be very clear for all of us having a complete clarity on the topic. Any other questions, Satish or anyone else? Okay, right. So let's move to the next one. So how does this chakra develop within our body? Right? Interestingly, chakra develops in cycles of 7 years. Okay. That will be very interesting to note. Okay. So it develops in cycles of 1 second. Yeah. So each chakra has got a major cycle and a minor cycle. Okay. Imagine a matrix of 7 by 7. Right? Along the x-axis, you have 7 chakras, which is your root chakra to your Sahasrara. Yeah. And along the column also you have the same thing. So now what happens, right? So each is dominated by a particular energy, and that energy has got a particular purpose. Okay. Parallelly, let me do one thing. Let me also, okay, this is not required. Let me open this. Where has it taken me? Oh, I have to end this and then open that, is it? Okay, open outside. Just give me a moment. Why this will not permit me to go there or what? 1 sec. Where is my Excel sheet? Yeah. So, as I was telling you, let us look at it from the perspective of a 7x7 matrix.
So again, you're not presenting.
No, I'm coming. I had to discontinue to, I had to discontinue to bring about the
Thank you,
changes
sir.
as
Yes.
it is. Yeah. Okay. So now you have the Mooladhara, the Swadhisthana, and each characteristic of this within this matrix, right? Let me reduce it a bit. Okay. So you have the Mooladhara chakra, you have the Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, the Vishuddhi, the Agnya chakra, and the Sahasrara, right? Mooladhara represents fear. The Swadhisthana represents feeling. Manipuraka is proactivity. Okay. Then you have the harmony, Anahata, because it likes balance. Vishuddhi is philosophy, the communication and all that. Likewise, the pineal gland, the Agnya chakra, is more to do with wisdom and spirituality. Right? So now what happens is in the first 7 years of life, right? The focus area, the 7 years of life, right? The growth is dominated by fear under the influence of each particular block of 12 months. So from that perspective, Mooladhara, right? I don't know if you are able to read that or I will increase the size, okay? You are able to see the screen, whatever is the writing on this screen?
Yes, sir, because I'm zooming it on my phone.
Correct. Okay. So now, the first fear, our survival is what dominates the Mooladhara as a characteristic. The needs of our survival. When I say needs of our survival, let's also look at it from one more perspective, right? See, if we really take the Maslow's triangle of hierarchical needs, okay, right? We have the physiological needs, the survival, followed by the desire and all that, which is the feeling side of it. Then we are talking about the Manipuraka, which has got to do with I would say proactivity, productivity, the relationship, all those things slowly coming into place. Anahata, which is where the love gets transmitted and so on, correct? Right? So just think for a moment. So each under the influence of those years, in the first year, the focus becomes the 1-year-old child is motivated by the root chakra in both dimensions. When I say both dimensions, it is the vertical and horizontal growth, right? Since the root chakra is primarily the survival instinct, right? These in this area, these little people are motivated by fear, and their only goal is to how to manage their fear. They are not interested in anything beyond that. Okay. I mean, if you look at our own children, that is what we also will find. Right? Then let's go to the next level. Then he goes to the age 2, where he starts manifesting he is afraid. At the same time, he is trying to build or explore what is it, what does it stand for, what are his preferences, his likes, his dislikes, what he wants, what he doesn't want to do, etc. He starts demonstrating those likeliness or the preference towards that characteristic. Then the third one is proactivity. At this stage, the child becomes active enough to explore the world around them with inquisitiveness. So they are proactive, they make mistakes, they learn from that mistake, they are very, very careful as they progress. Then they get to the next stage, and in the fourth year, I mean, why I am going into this depth is only for the first 7 years I will do that, and then we will then look at what is it that is dominating in each area of the matrix, right? So, in the fourth year, the child begins to find the joy of communicating with people. The child becomes more sociable. At the age of 4, the body of the child also becomes more stabilized. Till now he has been exploring. This is the stage when he starts building his relationships with the people. Then he starts at the age of 5, right? The person begins to attempt to understand the world. This is also usually the beginning of the education of the child. That is why even in the olden days, even the education used to start with that age of 5. That means the child is ready, right? And then 6th onwards, the age of 6 will come for the first time. Will go through life experiences and attempt, right, to transfer their knowledge to others. They will start communicating. Okay, at the age 7, the 7-year-old experiences their first craving for mysterious and unknown nature of the world. So they start their thinking that way. So basically what is happening is, while the first 7 years is dominated by the root chakra, there is a cyclic pattern through which the characteristics of each chakra, core characteristics influencing and developing in that stage, right? Likewise, this continues, and his chakras will continue up to the age of 49, and then that becomes the chakra-based personality that we progress. Okay? Any questions here? So this is how the chakras develop in. So each chakra, if you just to summarize, each chakra will focus on the those its core characteristics, and that is how the development happens, right? And so now we can look at these two as the primary energy and the corresponding secondary energy, which is dominating the environment of that particular individual. Does it make sense? If we really look into our own growth, can we identify the major and minor chakra playing their own? This one. And the extent to which we are able to relate to our own growth will become the basis of how our behavior pattern, etc., has established itself over the years of repetition. Now, these feelings, these thoughts, what happens to us when we look at the body? Right? So, based on our feelings, our personality that we have developed, our belief system, etc., what and how it influences our body is in terms of it can either create a blockage or create an imbalance. And when that happens, for a moment, just imagine how would these particles behave inside the body. Yeah, I would want a little bit of discussion here for the sake of that. How would all those, see, basically, whether it is fear, etc., all these are energy manifestations, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, Master.
Right. So if they are those, right, and repeatedly, we spoke about how this circulates through the body in the first class, if you remember, by means of breath, it goes to each organ. Fragments of the thought are going there. They are acting like the smaller bullets on a bulletproof glass, creating a puncture. The same thing is then getting dominated by the major energy and the minor energy. Right? The combination of those two energies is the structural impact of what's happening to the particle, and that is what is going to influence our, right? So now with that happening, what is happening to the energy distribution that is taking place inside the body? Anyone who wants to comment what could happen?
So effectively, you're saying that depending on the age group, one particular chakra is the most active. So the energy is most active in that area.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Right? No, that particular quality of the energy is going to be the dominant one.
Yeah, because see, pre-puberty, I was correlating because I'm that counselor, teenage, and so that is the second chakra, Swadhisthana.
Correct.
Starts around pre-teens to teens. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Right. So the Swadhisthana in that 15th term, in the 7 to 14, starts playing the major role.
Right.
Right. So that relationship. And then when it is in the 7th year, the domination is by means of the fear of that particular action that could potentially happen on the body. Right. For example, where is that? Yeah. No, not this. Right. So if I take that, again, where is this? Where is that stuff? Fail gone. Yeah. Okay. So now what is happening? Let us see the 7th year. At age 8, that means after the 7th year, right? The child is motivated by his feelings and by fear. Second is the second cycle is more to do with feeling. So the main characteristic is that of feeling. He misunderstands his new desire that are awakening in him at age 8. The hormone function awaken fully within the body of the child. Okay, now let us look at feeling and feeling. At age 9, the child will usually experience their first crush, their first experience of love outside of his parents. This could be in the form of friendship, it could be, right? For the first time, their feelings will be out of control. Okay, now the same thing by the time he reaches 14, because 14th year we find that the children are generally very, it's very difficult to control them and so on, correct? Yeah. So here, the teen begins to try to spiritualize their relationship with other people. They try to make it deeper and more meaningful. Now, at the age of 13, when he has entered his teen, he develops a new, their first stable understanding of their loyalty, honesty, morality. And when we question them on that, they start rebelling. Right? So we see the major, this is how the major and minor will always focus on the development of that body at that stage, the body and mind relationship. Okay.
So
Right?
one confusion.
And what is, pardon?
One slight confusion. When you're talking of major and minor, so depending on the age, if suppose it is 7 to 14, that means the major chakra will be only Mooladhara and Swadhisthana.
No,
and
there is
then
no Mooladhara.
the others, no Mooladhara, only Swadhisthana is the major, and the others are minor.
Swadhisthana is the major one. In the first 12 months, Swadhisthana with fear. Then Swadhisthana with feeling. Right?
Okay.
So that is how the whole thing goes.
Okay.
Okay. Right? And if you really look at it from the hierarchy of needs also, right? You have the chakras, you have the stages of growth, and you have the Maslow's. So if you take the combination of these, we will see that this is how the development of the body is taking place, the behavior pattern of the person. The key concern, we are able to pull out those areas in terms of the progression that we require. Are you able to relate to that?
Yeah, makes sense. True. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now we will look into, because of those feelings repeatedly hammering on our body parts, right? Two things can happen. Everything can be very smooth. But because of the fluctuating parameter and the experiences that we undergo, the expectations that we have as we are undergoing that stage, what happens is either imbalances can occur, or on the other side, blockages can occur, which means you are either suppressing or dominating a particular characteristic, a particular feeling, or a particular emotion, or a particular type of energy within the body part. Neither of which is right, because what is actually required by the body is a perfect balance. It requires a smooth environment, neither too much wind nor too much heat. Right? So it needs a balance. That is what we require, correct? So now let us see what happens because of that. Okay, so now what are the indications of the balance and blockages? Right? If we start experiencing nervousness, we start experiencing sickness, fatigue, or sad, or pain, discomfort, irritability, or confusion, right? These characteristics are indicators that there is one or more of the chakras that are out of balance or blocked. Out of balance, that means they are tilting either to the feeling side or the thought side. Or alternatively, they are not allowing any progression to happen. Right? So there is a blockage. Chakra imbalances and blockages can manifest in a variety of symptoms, right? And sometimes they take time, depending upon the the intrinsic energies which are in the body. Till that is consumed, that is subdued, right? They will not manifest as, they may manifest as imbalances, but not as blockages. Either of them actually ends up becoming a root cause of any kind of a disease in the body. Okay, let's go to the next one. So what are those open and indications that give us an opinion about imbalanced or balanced and open chakras? That means there are no blockages. So when a chakra is open and clear, right, we experience health. We don't understand ill health. We are always joyful, contented, and so on. Right? Right? And then we always experience abundance in life. Right? And everything is progressing absolutely smooth. In the sense, if you need something at a particular time, you start getting it. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to struggle for it. So life is going in a very smooth manner. Now comes the blockages. How does the blockage impact us? Right? So blockages occur when prolonged tensions, which means you are subjecting your body, you are stuck. You are stuck at a particular matrix, what you call the coordinates of that particular matrix. If you are stuck there, based on that scale that I was showing you, the matrix that I was showing you, right? You are not progressing beyond. That means you are stuck there. There is no progression. That means your energy is not reaching all the points, and that starts manifesting as a disease, right? We try to fight it, the body will try to fight it, and then you will experience fatigue and so on. And that particular feeling, you start then questioning, since it is not going anywhere, why me, what happened, and all those things. And we start manifesting a disease thereby. Okay, then let's go to how do we handle the blockages, right? So there could be some blocked energies, some basic inherent belief systems that you have developed based on your experiences, which are counterproductive. Through meditation, we can slowly help overcome that. Right? That is how we are able to apply meditation for the sake of this, right? And sometimes we have to take medical help, or, right, the various ways of life that we suggest, what are the services, etc. So how do you spend that energy that you are creating? Like we talk about the first 12 tablets in spiritual, the spiritual tablets, the first 12 tablets that we talk of: energy acquisition, energy conservation, wisdom acquisition, and the combination of these three into application, which is the services that we talk about. Correct? So we start looking at these blockages which are manifesting as this one. We have to start working on how to overcome them. Suppose it is, and this could lead to serious complications, blockages. Right? Even Joe Dispenza, he talks about his balancing the energy centers. He has got the what you call a meditation theme that he uses. He says, pull everything from the bottom, because everything we know that as it gets heavier and heavier, it will go and settle down at the bottom of the body, correct? Yeah, it will go and settle at the bottom of the body. And we want to avoid that. Okay, now we are going further. We are talking about the, okay, so then imbalances. Imbalances is basically, you see a particular characteristic, the person is displaying more and more of it. A chakra imbalance is less severe, obviously, right? But then you may be feeling down one day, you'll be feeling elated, so you will be very emotional. Emotional imbalance is another way of saying that the chakras are imbalanced, right? And the balancing again is how to make it calm. How do you return to homeostasis? Yeah. So I had planned to deliver only up to this point today. I don't know, how are we doing on time, Satish?
Yeah, we have time, Master. You can, yeah, another 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to take some questions.
Master,
Any
this is,
questions?
yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How do we identify in certain chakra or certain part we have blockages? How we'll come to know?
Okay. See, any blockage, I will have to go outside the chakra domain, because blockages in chakra will manifest as a challenge. Like we say in spiritual tablets, you are deviating from your purpose of life. Initially, the manifestation of energy blockage can be as a rash on the skin.
Okay.
Okay. So that means there is a 20%. So basically, when you start feeling any kind of a discomfort, because each of these chakras, for example, let me take one example. Let us say that what happens if the root chakra has got a imbalance, okay? Right. So now, where is the location of the root chakra? It is located at the base of the spine. Like they say, you have the coccyx, correct?
Yeah.
So if I go there, right, it governs the basic needs. This is the survival, right? As well as the fight or flight response of your body. Suppose you are always experiencing fear, imagined or physical. Okay. It is going to threaten your survival, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no, Satish?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, let us look at it. What are the core characteristics? It has got survival depends upon spinal column, your blood, your corresponding organs. Correct. Now, so what are the parameters there? So any ill health related to the bones, the legs, the hips, the tailbone, the lower back, the pelvic, that region, the lower part of the body, any problem will reflect as an issue in the lower part of the chakra.
Illness in the lower.
Of the chakras, correct?
Yeah, illness, yeah.
Okay, some sort of an illness. Okay. And the organs associated with this one is the sex organs, the prostate, the colon. Okay.
Okay.
These are the parts. So when we experience something in that part, then we can start with what is the chakra that is getting affected. Are you getting me? So every chakra is in one particular area which is acting and governing those parts of the body that are associated in that region.
Okay.
Okay. And then there is a series of steps, right? So when they are balanced, the chakra denotes a deep level of connection to yourself. Okay. Then your physical body and the world around you is well connected. You feel a deep-seated knowledge that you are safe, grounded, stable, secure, and you are connected with everything. You are not confused. You are not afraid of anything. These are some of the characteristics that will define your state of the particular chakra. So when you encounter a problem, the impact of the problem will go down to that particular chakra, which could also have the root cause for the problem that you are facing. Is that clear,
Okay.
Satish? Yeah?
Yeah, it's very clear. Yeah. Thank you, Master.
Yeah. Any other question? No,
So
this one,
probably
next week onwards, we will take two chakras and go into a threadbare this one. But till now, is the flow okay? Are you people comfortable with the flow that we are taking?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
But
we're able to follow. Yeah.
Because
can
if we
just one
understand this, we know about 25% of spiritual tablets for us to apply on our individual self. Yeah. Sanjay ma'am, you are asking something.
yes, sir. I was asking you a small question.
Mhm.
So, I was suddenly thinking if it is any mental depression, then it will be most probably correlated with Swadhisthana chakra,
It
feelings
will
and
be
emotions.
influenced by the Swadhisthana chakra, but what is the Swadhisthana chakra again depending upon?
Feelings and emotions.
Yeah. So now when it comes to that level, there is a dominant characteristic and there is a contributing characteristic, correct?
Hmm.
So both will have a role,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So others could be influencing characteristics. But, right, if the, see what happens is over a period of time, you continuously live in fear. I'm just taking. So your root chakra is completely blocked. Okay. Now it will have an influence on your taste also, your feelings also.
Yeah.
Right. So there is an indirect contribution. So that is why this matrix, understanding this matrix and the root cause becomes very important.
So,
Right.
okay,
It
because
is
I was
only at
going
the
next with the
correct.
okay. Next, I was going to ask you the question like with the meditation, should be directed meditation for specific chakras or no? General anapanasati will also help.
See, general anapanasati will be the general.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now, suppose you are facing a problem in a particular area. Right. It has to be start with general, go into specific, and then come back to general and then come out of the meditation.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
That is the fundamental reason why we need guidance during the meditation.
Right.
Okay. And that guidance is required only till you have created a habit of it. Suppose I take in a simple emotional equation. Disappointment is equal to expectation minus reality. Okay. Can you think of all the chakras that get influenced?
Actually, practically everything except sir.
Exactly. So I can't say my foot is paining and then all the rest of the body is perfect. We don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So all of them are interconnected. We need to bring about a change right through the process, but predominantly at one place.
Okay. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So it is actually all roads lead to Rome. We need to go do the reverse of all roads lead to Rome.
Okay.
Identify what those causes are and then create a sort of a theme in which we are guiding our body step by step into focusing. So that's how we do the applied meditation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, Master.
Any other question, masters? Otherwise, I have exhausted my time for the day.
Yeah, then we'll go
Because
for
last
5
time
minutes.
I generally have a good habit of extending the session by an hour at least, but I'm trying to discipline myself. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Master. Yeah, let's go for 5 minutes of meditation before ending the session.
Yeah.
Slowly keep your palms on your eyes and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly open your eyes, masters. Yeah. Thank you, Chandra Modali, sir. It was a very nice session. Yeah, you have explained us very clearly that the chakras age, the maturity, how it takes place at from child level to teen level. It was very clear. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
We will meet next week.
Yeah. Next week.
Thank you all, masters. Have a nice day. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.